Hello and welcome to my craft room. Tonight I'm going to do the third page in my new This Is Not a Book. Last night I finished, or nearly finished, this one. This is a transformation page where I turned this page into paper beads. And I put some butterflies on the facing page to symbolise transformation. Just before I finished last night I gave this page a coat of gesso because this is the one I want to do next. And I think I'm going to want to use some wet media on here, so the book paper as it was wouldn't really be up to that. So the prompt this time is, this is a disappearance. Draw or write something here. And then step 2 is erase it somehow. For example, pencil and eraser, water soluble ink, sandpaper. So the idea I've got in my head, and it's kind of following through the rainbow theme of these beads and the sort of to me butterflies, as well as symbolising transformation, they're also kind of a symbol of hope and transition, and I think that's very pertinent at the moment. So I've got an idea of doing the word rainbow in all different colours and then having it kind of dissolve and trickle away down the page. Now, whether I manage to achieve what's actually in my head remains to be seen, but I shall have fun trying, and that's the main thing. I've found a quote from Maya Angelou, who's an author I very much admire, and the quote is, "Try to be the rainbow in somebody's cloud." So I think what I'm going to do is, as I did here, I want to try and leave these words here. This is a disappearance, because that's the theme all through the book, in case anybody's watching that didn't know that. So this is not a book, this is a transformation, disappearance. What was this one? It wasn't This Is an Art Gallery, it was I can't even remember now because I've painted over everything, but anyway, you get the gist. So I'm going to leave those words there, and then I'm going to try and do some kind of a cloud shape that hinges open with the beginning of the quote in. So then when you flap it down, you're kind of erasing the message. You're hiding it anyway. I might do a silver lining inside part of the cloud as well, so I like that idea. Then I'll have the word rainbow trickling down, and then the end of the quote in somebody's cloud, and then I'll put the Maya Angelou under there. So that's my plan. I think the easiest way to do this is to use I've got these Whisper brush pens. You know, I actually bought these at least 10 years ago. It's hard to believe, and I'm still, every pen has got a fine liner and then this brush shaped end, and they're still just, I've used, it's not that I've never used them, I've used and used them, they've never dried up. When I'm careful with them, I store them flat, and you know, I never leave the tops off and things, but talk about good value. Whispers pen. I wish I haven't seen them recently, so I don't know if you can even still get them, but if you can, whew, well worth every penny. Anyway, so I have already been through, I'm really pointlessly showing off my pens because you can't go and find them anyway. I've already picked out 7 rainbow colours, so I was doing this last night as well. Richard of York goes battling in vain. And luckily the word rainbow has 7 letters, so that works out perfectly, doesn't it? Now, I can't write it out in pencil first because I want the letters to kind of at least semi-disappear, so I'm just going to have to risk it. Let me just see if I can get a rough idea of... Okay, I'm just going to wing it. I don't know, I'm even pretending I'm going to plan something. Let's just go for it, shall we? It's only a book. Right, let's go for it. And hopefully the gesso background that I've given it will stop the ink sinking straight into the paper and then not moving at all with the water. I don't think I'm going to wait and do them all at once. I think I'm going to do them one at a time. Is that going to move? Oh yes, it is going to move. So what I'm going to do See if I can do it so you can see. I'm going to give it a good squidge with this water. Oh, that's maybe going to squidge it so much you won't see it at all. Although it does say you're supposed to erase the message. Ah, see, I quite like that. And I left a little bit of texture in the gesso as well so that the paint would pick up some sort of variations on the way. That's fine. So don't spell it wrong and look like an idiot. My head's trying to think of a letter that begins with O now. Goes battling in, indigo. Now don't write I, write O. Okay, give all this a squidge. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. That's kind of doing what I wanted. While that dries, I'm gonna see if I can cut out a cloud. My little cloud. Right. Does that fit? Oh, just put my fingers straight in that. Marvellous. I'll tell you what, despite the gesso, it's still going through a little bit, so I'm going to have to be careful not to get this any wetter before I've dried it off. I might have to get the old heat gun out, I think. Okay, I think because this paper really isn't liking that and I don't want it coming through and lifting all that black. Sometimes it's quite fun when they come through, different pages come through, but in this case I don't think I want to do that. So I'm probably now going to give it a coat of matte medium, I think. There's loads left in this, I'm not going to start a new one. Come on. Oh. Don't know if that was meant to happen or not. Is that really meant to come out like that? Oh, I'm being completely stupid, I think. You're meant to squeeze it through. Yep. Yet again, probably not the best idea doing this when I'm so tired. Let's do my butterflies. Just rather than waste them on college. Okay, so that's dry now. I don't want to risk using my pens on wet matte medium after having them all these years. So I think what I'm going to do is go over that again, just to try and intensify that colour. Because although it's a disappearance, I don't think it has to be completely disappeared. I think it can look like the word is beginning to disappear, but it's still, you can still make it out. Let's see, and then I'll probably just use black marker to write to finish the quote there. Where's my squirter? There it is. See, it's getting a little bit deeper each time. Well, and I'm actually just going to do the same again. Maybe this time I'll just do the tops of the letters and I could even leave those. But it is starting to look a bit like a disappearing rainbow. But I think I now need, oops, more colour coming down here. I'm quite happy with how the word looks. Keep going with these. I can just keep intensifying. Oh, starting to get some interesting effects where they're mingling together there. I like that. And I'll just keep building and building. Yes, that's it. Right, so I've finished titivating with these letters. I actually ended up drawing myself a line across here to make sure I'd sort of filled all of the space up to that bar. Then I had to cut my cloud again because it just didn't really give me enough room to show the rainbow words, so I cut this off straight. So it will cover those words, but I'll still be able to see this is a disappearance. Then I'll write the beginning of the quote on here. I'll do the silver lining and I'll finish a quote down here and with the name Maya Angelou. But first I want to do a sky colour here. I don't want just that book paper, so I've got this sort of sky blue pen. I'll just stick that to one side a minute and write my quote. It was try to be the that's that bit. Now I've got a silver marker which I'm going to use to colour the inside of the cloud. That's my silver lining. Try to be the rainbow. Which you can just make out. In someone's cloud, it's got to go down here. Right. Oh no. I think we'll leave that like that. That's also disappeared because I've just... That's okay. Let's do a bit of that on purpose. Yeah. I think I want to go round the cloud with a black pen. Though if I put a bit of something underneath, right, so I just think it looks a bit more, I don't know, defined or something. And I think I'm going to do a black edging as well around the whole page. Ooh. I think this is from where I was gessoing the page I'm working on now. The gesso got through to here, so that's okay. Just tidy that up as well. So let's go around these as well. I still feel like this is missing a little bit of pop, so I'm actually going to just make some little sort of marks coming down. Just get a little bit more oomph. It's not showing up at all. So yeah, unfortunately, don't think I like that very much. Just smudge it again now. Oh, just sometimes you just need to know when to stop. Have a little idea. Let's write your rainbow down there. Probably not gonna. You can maybe just make it out on there. I think it gives it a little bit more pop. Yes, I quite like that. I'm going to keep doing this. Just now wondering whether to put something there to make that stick down. Just where will it need to go? And you now, oh, if I do that, it's going to be going over the end. Do I want that? Yeah, I think I do. So I think, at least for the time being, that's that page done. then I'm looking at it now on the camera and I'm thinking, oh, what about some like white raindrops coming down or something? So I might come back to it yet. I like the way it ties in with the rainbow beads, and it looks quite pretty with that page as well. So that's my third page in this book. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!